No, not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. Oh, we live. Oh, it is now. It is now?
Yes, it is now.
Wait, we can start speaking, so I can say, hello everyone. It is Thursday. What's the date? The 2nd of July. This is the StuffCast. We're here to talk about video games. We're here to talk about our weeks. We're here to talk about
what's going on.
What's going on? Whatever's happening. Marseille and Heath, do you need to talk about anything?
We need to talk about...
Heath is producer man behind the desk.
That there was a coronavirus scare at our office.
Yes.
And we decided to run away with all of our expensive equipment.
We brought the office with us.
Yes.
And this is how we're doing things now. It's not ideal, but on the upside, we do have a small dog that has decided to join us for the podcast.
Yes.
So hopefully he comes and reveals himself a bit later.
But he's taking a nap.
He is sleeping on the cables now, and no one really wants to disturb him because he is very cute. So we've been working from your house, which is here.
Yeah. We have a fully kitted studio in my house.
In the house, in the spare bedroom.
Yes.
Was this a bedroom beforehand?
No, it was an office.
Was it an office?
Yeah, we don't need this many bedrooms.
Oh.
So this one was office.
Okay, so this was an office. This is what we're currently working out of. And that hasn't stopped us from playing video games, from reporting on video games, from keeping on chugging in the world of video games.
Jess.
Yes.
Jess.
Sure. So, the first thing we need to talk about, because it is still fairly quite topical, before we get into the news, I just want to quickly go over and see what we've been playing. I mean, I know what I've been playing. I want to know what you've been playing. I know what you've been playing because I wrote it up already. I have it on the schedule, but for the sake of it.
I'm still playing The Last of Us Part 2.
Okay.
It's a long game.
Mm-hmm.
I need to finish it because I need to review it.
Yes.
And that's all I've been playing.
That's all you've been playing. And
he has started King's Quest, and then he didn't save it, and now he needs to play it all again.
Well, that was...
And I'm watching that as well.
Okay.
While I'm doing my own things.
Okay. Okay, well...
But that's exciting.
That is exciting. Have you turned your opinion around on...
Slightly.
Because the last time we spoke, you weren't all that keen on it. Quite similar to me, actually.
Yeah.
You weren't all that stoked on it.
It's getting better. I'm more convinced that there should be a duo dynamic. Because you start...
Let's not get into too heavy of a spoiler territory.
No, I won't spoil anything, but okay. I was questioning this dynamic.
Okay.
And something happened that just made me question it even more. But now something else happened that kind of restored my faith in the dynamic. If that makes sense.
That does make sense.
Yes.
And that's in terms of the story. What about actual gameplay?
No, that's in terms of gameplay.
Oh, is that in terms of gameplay? Okay. Okay. Anything else?
Unfortunately, we can't spoil, so it's kind of hard to
literally
explain.
every part of that game has a spoiler of some sort, so we can't actually go too deep into it, which is really frustrating because I want to just
discuss it,
dive into it.
Yeah.
I know some outlets. I remember reading GameSpot did a proper spoiler review, and I believe Giant Bomb is doing a proper spoiler cast to just talk about everything. I considered maybe even when you finish the game doing one of our own.
Are we allowed?
Well, yeah, if you just label it spoilers.
Yeah.
The embargo's lifted, the game's out.
Yeah.
Now it's just we don't want to ruin it. Yeah, people need to play it.
I think we'll do one when I'm done.
But I think when you're done, I would like to properly spend some time talking about that game.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff happens.
And we can show some gameplay.
Yeah, I think we must.
And then we'll label it very well so people know.
So people know that, yeah. But that's whenever you finish. Hopefully, I'm guessing by next
soon.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm grinding.
You're grinding it out.
Yeah, I had a rough weekend. I didn't want to dive too deep into a zombie game while not feeling great. But,
Yeah.
I'm doing well. What have you been playing, Brad?
Why, thank you for asking.
People want to know. Everyone wants to know what is Brad Lang playing?
No one's really asked me that. But for the sake of your interest and for the sake of the schedule that I've written, that I took time out to write up today, because Lord knows I don't want to detract from the hard work that I put into writing these 40 plus words up. The main thing I've been playing, which is not really different from usual, is Apex Legends, which recently got
a new
event, new update, which is added, it's changed up a lot of things which I think are working very nicely in the game. That game continues to be utterly phenomenal in every regard. The update that has been launched has fixed, I think, a lot of issues that I had with a lot of characters, bar one. If Heath wants to weigh in on any of this, he must feel free to come and stand in front of the mic as well, because I know he plays Apex a lot. He's good. He's telling me that he doesn't want to. So just in terms of the updates, there's been a little bit, because you obviously watch Heath play it.
Yeah, I used to play, but now I don't have my own PlayStation anymore, so now I don't play anymore.
Okay.
And I haven't played the new events at all, but
I haven't played the new Quest.
I think we should play, but you're on PC.
I'm on PC. Well, when they eventually launch crossplay in a few months, then we can.
all play.
Yes. But yeah, they've done some really clever nerfs across the board, or nerfs and buffs, which have made, the character Lifeline.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've made her far more viable as a healer.
Yeah.
Because she can now send off a drone to go and.
I don't think you send it off, right?
You do.
You can just place it and run away.
What, to revive? No, you specifically tell the drone to revive. I'm fairly certain. Oh, you just drop and the drone revives by itself. Oh, wow, that's cool. I thought it was actually an actual prompt that you sent the drone. Oh, that's really neat, actually. I like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she can just drop her healing drone to bring someone up and she can run off and...
Yeah, that's very cool.
That's rad.
That's very useful.
You can now double jump off Octane's launch pads.
But it's like Mirage also has that, I think it was in the previous update,
yeah.
that he goes invisible when he heals, or when he revives.
Which everyone was kind of like, well, that's weird that Mirage is not the best healer in the game.
Yeah.
When Lifeline is literally her whole thing is healing.
Yeah.
That was strange, but so that's really nice. I love being able to double jump off Octane's pads. That's rad.
Mm-hmm.
That you get so much more momentum and distance off of those things. It's great. But yeah, that's really one of the other things I've been playing. The other thing I've been playing, and there's three things I need to discuss, is Titanfall 2, which recently released back in 2016.
Yeah.
4 years ago. Jeez, that game's been out for 4 years.
Have you played it? Is it your second pass?
What do you mean? Oh, it's my second. So
you have played.
Not when it launched. I first played the single player in 2019. Never quite got into multiplayer because I didn't really have any friends that played with me.
Mm-hmm.
And then because it's the summer sale for Steam right now, a friend of mine picked it up for 150 rand, whatever it is, and he said, "Well, I need someone to play with." So I said, "It's me. I'll do it with you. I'll make that sacrifice." Keegan.
We also got it on PS Plus a few months ago.
Is there crossplay right now?
I don't know. We need to
If there's
check.
crossplay, we must jam. But
yeah,
I've been playing a lot of that multiplayer, and that game is hard.
But it's cool. It's
cool.
a very very intuitive multiplayer. It's far more like Apex.
No, it is.
It's fun.
It flows really nicely. Like the moment, not the moment, the second to second, gunplay of moving into a map using an ability to get up onto a higher space, and just because the map is filled with not just players. There's only 6. I think it's 6v6.
Yeah.
It's grunts that are just AI, mindless AI that you can just mow down and get points. And that stuff feels great, but there is such a steep learning curve to that whole experience, because the time to kill is you get shot and then within a millisecond you're down.
Yeah.
And I think it might have something to do with our ping, as these things tend to be.
Yeah, I don't think we have local servers.
No, we don't. And the minimum ping I'm getting off of it with a Rain SIM card is about 230.
Yeah, that's
which
bad.
isn't great, but no, that game continues to be. I'm still playing a lot of it. I'm still unlocking a lot of stuff for it. It's really good. Man, calling down the Titan will forever be the coolest shit. Oh my god. When you hear like the person say, stand by for Titanfall. And it goes, boom! And it goes, and it's cool. I love it. It's good shit. Then the last thing that I'm playing, and this one I am fully aware that I might have to do a lot more explaining, is a game called Deadly Premonition. Which you've no doubt heard of.
I have heard of it.
Have you?
I think so.
Oh, okay. I didn't expect that because no one I've ever known has ever played Deadly Premonition.
I haven't played it, but
Okay,
you talked about it earlier today.
I did talk about it earlier today. It was a game released back on like the 360. I don't know if it had a PS3 release, but it was the 360 title. And it kind of sucks. Like, it's just a bad video game, but it's so good.
So why?
It's the sort of weird ass trippy game where you kind of just need. It's so difficult to describe. You kind of need to just go with the random shit it's throwing at you. So like,
that's how I feel about Death Stranding.
Oh, a little bit actually, but Death Stranding is actually a well-produced video game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the reason I'm playing it is the sequel, which no one saw coming, was announced at the end of last year, is releasing on the 10th of July, and I'm busy playing that as well, but I can't talk about it just yet. So in the meantime, I'm playing the original alongside it because it has a very clear line to the original, and it's been a long time since I played it, so I thought I would pick up there was a re-release on Switch, which I've been playing. And that game is so shit. But it is so good. It is Twin Peaks level of just random nonsense. And it is just the most captivating, weird, absurd, but so original, and like it takes so many risks with what it's doing. You just can't help but like love it. It's so Japanese as well. Like the actual writing and the dialogue and the voice acting it's laughable, but in the most entertaining way, you know? Like a proper game version of a movie that's so bad it's good.
Are you playing it on Xbox?
On Switch, because they re-released it on the Switch.
Okay.
So I went and bought that before the second one came out because I wanted to do a refresh. So the whole, like, it's a really cool plot for a game, right? It's, you're a detective for the FBI and you get called out to a sleepy little town in the United States because they've discovered a 18-year-old girl that has been brutally murdered and has been hung up in a tree. And there's links to a serial killer that was running around like years prior, and now these killings have started up again. And it's a really interesting like story that's told really badly, but also well, because like it's how they tell like that narrative is warped, and there's like flashbacks and there's dream sequences and there's loads of weird imagery and visuals, but I don't know, like it's so difficult to describe the game without sounding like an absolute insane person, you know? It's like
I don't know if I'll try it. Do you think I should?
No.
Okay.
Because I think most people would utterly hate. I think most people do hate it. I think you've got to be a little bit looking in the right place for it. It's like, have you ever watched Troll 2?
Troll 2.
Trolls 2 is different. Trolls 2 is the animated flick.
Yeah, no.
I'm talking about Troll 2, the 1989
I haven't
classic.
Watched either.
Okay. Have you watched The Room?
Yes.
Okay. Imagine that, but video game.
Okay.
So it's not as like outwardly entertaining because you're not just watching it, right? You have to frustrate yourself by playing it. But getting through that frustration, there's something so strange and quirky and
Something wrong?
irreverent, which I just adore. I really do. I think it's great. But it's definitely not a game that everyone is going to enjoy, and probably most people won't enjoy either.
Professor R.
Anyway, okay.
And you can't say anything about
I can't
the
say anything about the sequel. No, I can't say that. I think that is embargoed until
you know
the
that?
8th.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to say anything on that.
So we can talk about it next week.
We can talk about it next week, though. We can talk about it next week. Yeah, that I'm happy to do. Anyway, we've covered everything we've been playing, right?
Yeah, I think so. Anything else?
Honestly, it's been a bit of a slow week actually because, well, we've been having to move offices, so that's been fun. Can you see the tired look of desperation in my eyes? Because good lord, I feel it.
Hopefully we don't have corona.
Yes, maybe we should actually mention that because there is a chance that we could have it. So
yeah, so we just self-isolating together and well, if one of us have it,
well, that's the thing. If one of us has it, then like if we both have it, then there's no like real danger. So like,
but we'll keep everyone updated if we get sick.
Feel free to do so. I don't need the government kicking down my door, throwing me in jail. Like this is some Resident Evil nonsense.
Why would that happen? What?
Dog, the government's been evicting people all over all over Cape Town today. Like, it's been wild.
Yeah, weird, strange times, but it's fine. We are in our spare room.
I mean,
we are safe.
You gave up smoking today.
Yes. Yesterday.
Yes. You want to talk about that?
I don't want to remind myself. It's good to not think about it and like then you keep on bringing it up.
Oh, because like
no, it's
because I've been watching the experience unfold.
It's rough, but we are.
I brought you some sweeties this morning.
Brad brings me sweeties.
Well, I bring everyone sweeties actually.
Yes.
It's not just for you. I know you're the one who's been eating those, but I bought them for Heath as well.
I basically finished it.
Okay, well, how many did you have, Heath? How many sweets did you have today that I brought? You have a couple, so 2.
And I gave him a half of mine.
Okay, you have a half. Okay, so you've had 2.5. Okay, so tomorrow who's doing sweet supply?
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Because you did lunch supply yesterday.
Yes. And today.
Oh, I didn't eat lunch today, so.
I
know you offered lunch. I know you offered lunch, but I didn't take it because I felt bad. Because you cooked it and I didn't want to eat your food.
Mean.
It wasn't mean. It wasn't mean. It was like I just didn't want it. You clearly put a lot of effort into that shepherd's pie, and I didn't. Was it a cottage pie or a shepherd's pie?
Cottage pie.
That's why there weren't carrots in it. I knew there was something. I knew there was a difference. Right. Okay. It was a cottage pie, and I didn't want to steal the food out of your mouth.
I'm making new food now.
I know, but still, there was like a half a pot there, and I wasn't going to eat the whole thing. I'm already a fat shit. I can't have any more. Jeez. Okay, should we get on to the news?
Yes.
Okay, so, first bit of news.
What's the first?
It's a crisis.
Is it a crisis?
It's a crisis.
The world is in crisis.
The world is in crisis because crisis was...
Not announced.
No, it wasn't announced.
It was not.
Well, it was kind of announced, and then it was not announced.
Yeah.
And then they were like, actually, let's just roll this whole thing back and start over.
Yeah, let's just backtrack. Everything's been rewinded.
So for anyone, let me pull up the article I've got here off The Verge. For anyone who's been following what's happening with Crisis, you know that old meme of, you're beginning run Crisis? Because it was like an old shooter, I think it was released in 2007, I believe. Yes, that's correct. And it was sort of renowned for being gorgeous and being very nice to look at and beautiful and not much else. It's getting remastered. That much we know. It's being remastered.
It was published on the Microsoft Store.
Yes, it was published on the Microsoft Store.
With screenshots and a trailer.
And a trailer. The screenshots...
Was there a prize?
No, there wasn't a prize. The screenshots, I believe, were meant to be there. The trailer was not meant to be there. But then it obviously got cut and uploaded onto YouTube, and
Yeah.
everyone saw the trailer, and everyone who saw the trailer sort of went,
meh.
yeah.
I didn't actually see the trailer.
I watched it.
Have you?
Yeah. So I mean, when you gonna play it? Okay, play it. Yeah. So like, I mean, it's a decent enough trailer. It looks like it's Crisis. It's very clearly Crisis. But where the remastered bit comes in is where people are being a bit confused, because it kind of doesn't look that amazing.
Yeah, that much better.
Yeah, and like,
I still haven't seen it, so I can't really comment on like what it looks like.
I mean, we don't. I mean, I can quickly play the trailer here. We can just jump through it. I mean, I assume it's playing behind us, right? Okay, well, on the screen now. See, that's the sort of thing that looks like. Got some actual gameplay.
It looks good. Looks pretty.
Yeah, but that's just Crisis, you know.
Yeah.
That's like, it looked like this in 2007. That's why it was such a big deal. Nowadays, it's kind of just looks like, yeah, it looks like a modern first-person shooter.
But then, like, after this happened, we discussed the possibility that this was done on purpose.
Yes, so that's the thing, right?
We know that companies do this. We know that a lot of people in tech, companies in tech do this, Samsung, Apple, Xiaomi. Everyone does this once or twice and they're like, let's just leak it ourselves and see what public reaction is like.
Yeah, so to preempt you on that, not preempt you, but to elaborate on that, after the trailer leaked, Crytek was like, actually, it's going to be a few more weeks, guys. That was, it wasn't,
So it's very clear that they did take the public comments into consideration, and they were like, okay, people aren't keen on it. Let's work more so people are more keen on it.
More keen on it.
So.
Well, so because like the thing that for me makes it feel like that is that only a day after the footage leaked, like they were out there ready with a full-on statement of, yeah, we're delaying this thing, and like that's quick.
Not a short statement. It was like.
No, it was a few paragraphs.
A few paragraphs.
Like it was
a few hundred words.
Yeah, their damage control was there.
They sat and wrote that and edited it and checked it and published it in a day.
Yeah, like that.
If you know anything about corporate processes, it doesn't necessarily
that thing went to management, and then it went down to HR, and then it went off to PR, and then it went off to the junior writer to fact check.
Just like streamlined.
Yeah, there was something that was very
important. It had to happen that quickly.
Yeah, it feels very clinical.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that maybe it wasn't actually leaked, but
which is fine. Like I don't have a
fine.
problem with it. They don't even need to tell us. Like if that's the way they want to, like rank their trailers.
Yeah, sure.
Do it.
Yeah, sure. If anything, it was probably more of a market test.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would think. I don't think it was. I think leaking the trailer like that wasn't going to be for publicity's sake. But again, I mean, we're talking pure speculation at this point.
Yeah, obviously.
We have no idea if that was the case. Yeah, we have no idea if that was the case.
We don't have a mole in Crytek.
No, we don't. But according to this statement, the game has been pushed back. Where was that statement?
Because they want to offer something
Yeah,
that's better.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically, what Cyberpunk happened to Cyberpunk.
Basically, what happened to Cyberpunk. Actually, also very close to what happened to Sonic.
Yeah,
but they said that the official release and trailer announcement has been pushed back a few weeks. So whenever that is going to be is anyone's guess.
Yeah, there wasn't a release date.
There wasn't a release date. They just
now there's a no release date plus a few weeks. So just like do those calculations yourself, I guess.
See, it was initially meant to be released on July 23rd, which is this month.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then they were just like, it's going to be a few weeks.
Yeah.
Just wait a few weeks. We're going to polish it up.
Which is a good thing, though. Like,
no, it's a good thing, but I also have to wonder...
Let's have a better product.
Sure, but I also have to wonder if the expectations of this... As soon as someone says Crysis Remastered, what are those expectations? Because Crysis is known for being the game that looked so good, it set PCs on fire. So are people expecting this thing to be the next step forward because it was just remastered? Because that's not the case. It's still a 13-year-old game, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know what people are expecting. I'm not a massive fan or...
No, I'm not either. It's just...
But it's interesting how it's been handled.
Yeah. It really is.
I'm keen to see how they improve now that they said they're going to improve. Take the few weeks, improve it, or do whatever changes. I want to see what those changes are.
Yeah.
Like, what did a few weeks give us?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll squash a few bugs in there.
Yeah.
Speaking of bugs.
Bug snacks.
I was going to talk about bug snacks. As much as I want to talk about bug snacks, there's actually no news regarding bug snacks lately. But instead, we are going to talk about worms. Worms rumble.
Oh, worms bugs?
In their hearts.
I think worms are bugs.
Okay, well, I have a laptop right here. So, are worms bugs?
I'm sure worms are bugs. But I'm not...
Are worms insects or animals? Okay, well, I didn't need to be... Thanks, Australian Museum of... The Australian Museum, I could answer that one. Worms are not insects, though. Okay, this just got a bit thicker. This case got a bit deeper. Right, give me a second. Are worms insects or animals?
So are they animals?
I'll tell you in a second.
That's a beautiful worm.
That's a sea cucumber. Might surprise you that worms are actually animals, not insects.
See, so they aren't bugs.
Huh.
Worms aren't bugs.
Okay, well then do you want to handle the segue? Because I thought
segue.
mine was very good. So if you want to just run that one from the beginning, please go ahead.
It's fine. I think it's fine.
Okay.
I'm happy with it.
Ha, that's a really... Okay, cool. So, Worms Rumble was announced last night. And it's going to be very different from previous Worms games. Can we get Worms up on the... Worms up here? Okay. So, the thing that's different about this Worms is that everything's taking place in real time. Because previous Worms games were all turn-based.
Yeah.
It was like you started with your worm.
I prefer real time.
Well, see, the thing for me is real time makes it more of just a normal 2D shooter, which
Still cool.
That's still cool, sure, but like that's a big change for Worms. But like at the same time, the trailer that they showed, that Team 17 showed, kind of looks rad. It looks like a lot of fun. So I mean, you got your normal like worm customization. I always like to make a team of e-girl worms. My main team of worms that I've used to play with my friends consists of Belle Delphine, Alinity, Nicolal. Do you know Nicolal? She's the one who did the OK Boomer song.
I don't know it.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll show you after. Don't know if I can show you that on stream. But that's my main worms team, so if I can make them in this, I'm chill. Two game modes. One is deathmatch, 32-player deathmatch, which is cool.
Battle Royale worms, who ever thought?
Exactly, because then the other one is Last Worm Standing, which I believe was actually in previous Worms games.
Basically
I would need to check that up. Yes, Heath? King of the Hill, was that what it was called? I think that's what it was called.
So, but that's basically Battle Royale.
Yeah, it's Battle Royale.
Did Worms start Battle Royale?
I think Worms started Battle Royale. Well, Worms is the original Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Before Battle Royale was a thing. And then H1Z1 came along and was like, lol, we're the first. And then PUBG came along and everyone was like, lol, they're the first.
And then Fortnite.
Yeah, and then Fortnite came along.
They didn't stand a chance of being the first?
No, not at all.
Now that we know Worms was the OG.
So the only thing that this trailer is getting sort of a lot of, not flack for, but people are asking a lot of questions, is that the environments seem to be static. Like there's no environmental destruction, because that's pretty big in Worms, especially in terms of like being able to flood out your opponents, different like water levels. So I mean to me that's a big part of the Worms games, like that level of destruction.
But maybe it will still be parts of it and it was just not in the
trailer.
trailer.
Maybe it just wasn't in the trailer, but we're speaking purely from
like what we know.
Yeah, exactly. And that's all we know is from the trailer.
And I saw like 10 seconds of it, so
okay, well do you want to watch it again? We can watch it again if you want to. Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to watch it again? Look, it's playing.
I'll play it.
Okay, will you play it?
I'll play Worms, the new Worms.
Yeah, I like Worms.
You think it'll have like party play? Which platforms will it be on?
I know you can sign up for the PC beta. I don't know about other platforms though. I know it's releasing on Steam. It's planned for release late 2020 on Steam. That's all we know so far. So whether
it's on console and we've got party play, it would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool because Worms is a lot of fun.
With friends.
Even a bad Worms game is still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So that's cool. We can look forward to that. That's going to be great. Do you want to do the next segue, considering that you...
no,
sure?
I'm not good with segues.
Are you sure? Because really...
Have you used a segue?
Yeah, I literally just did, and then you were like, no, but worms are actually not bugs, so sorry.
But I didn't actually know that. I thought they were bugs, honestly.
Okay. Well, actually, I mean, sticking with the bug theme works fairly nicely with the next story, which is Amazon's Crucible is unreleasing. You played Crucible.
How do you unrelease something?
Well, Amazon figured it out and they're doing it.
Well, if someone can do it, it's probably Jeff Bezos. Because he has like all the money in the world.
He has literally all the money in the world. Did you play Crucible?
No.
I think it launched roughly 2 weeks ago. And I put some time into it. Sucked. Really, just not fun. It reminded me a lot of Battleborn. You ever play Battleborn? Battleborn launched 2016 next to Overwatch, and it was quite like people say like Overwatch killed Battleborn because there was character based, team based objectives.
Okay, maybe I will still play it.
Good luck.
Okay.
Because like Battleborn, the idea behind Battleborn was that it was.
So is that what this is like?
Yes. Now
Crucible.
I'm getting sucked into Battleborn. Thank you for putting me back on track. Yeah, Crucible is like they took a MOBA and sort of turned it into. If I remember, it was like a shooter, but it was a MOBA. So you could still aim, you could still do all that sort of stuff. Yeah. You had your abilities, you had your mobs and whatnot, and it just was so bland and
but
uninspired.
It's weird that I don't know about this. How did they even market it?
Very, very minimally. It's a free to play game.
Okay.
So you can anyone can play it.
Why did they unrelease it?
Well, so let me read from their actual official announcement that they made relating to why they are unreleasing it. So
was it in a beta?
No, it went straight into 1.0. I think there was a closed beta. Then it released. No, it wasn't. It was just released straight. And now they're putting it into closed beta. I think it might be the first time a game has ever gone back into a closed beta from not having one. That's really weird. which is really interesting, but also, man, shame. Yeah, it says here in the statement that Amazon provided, starting tomorrow, Crucible is moving to a closed beta. We'll continue following the roadmap we laid out previously and working on map, combat, and system changes to improve the heart of the Hive's experience, as well as implementing other improvements based on your feedback. So basically, people weren't enjoying it. Not at all. And it was meant to be Amazon's big first foray into game development.
Shame. You know? So it's just because people didn't enjoy
People just did not enjoy Crucible. Well, it wasn't a great game.
Yeah.
It really wasn't.
But see, that's why Crytek did this stunt, maybe. Possibly.
Yeah, I mean, it probably could have done...
Because they wanted to see what people think first.
It could have done them a lot of good.
And now Amazon went straight into release with a game which is already unheard of and a bit weird.
Well, this is the thing, okay?
And
so
it's horrible.
Yeah, I feel bad for the developers, but
me too. It looks like
I like the art style.
Cool.
Yeah, it does look cool, but it just played. I mean, so 2 weeks after launch, right? This is a free to play multiplayer shooter.
Yeah.
And it didn't in the second weekend. It didn't get over 200 players online.
But see, that's what they did with Apex, wasn't it? They just released it.
They just dropped it straight. But the difference is, Apex is good.
I know.
It is a good game.
But that's they did not advertise or market Apex at all. No. I did not know it was coming out, and it released close to Anthem.
What, Apex?
Yeah.
Yeah, it destroyed it.
And it destroyed it. And Anthem they were hyping up.
Exactly.
And they didn't hype up Apex, and I saw the trailer, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, this looks amazing."
It's just I think Crucible's problem was that it was trying to juggle too many balls and didn't actually do any of them. Like, if it just stuck to one thing, if it just tried to be a competitive shooter, it probably would have been good.
I think that's what a lot of developers struggle with.
Yeah, it was trying to juggle too many things at once and not actually pulling off. It was like half-assing everything instead of whole-assing one thing.
Yes.
You know? But
exactly that.
Exactly that. So that's going back into
closed beta.
Closed beta.
And can people still access it? Or how can you access the closed beta?
That's actually a very good question. It's a closed beta, you need to be invited to it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you haven't played Crucible yet but would like to play it. So everyone who already owns the game will still be able to play it on Steam.
Okay, yeah, see, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so everyone, if you've got the game already...
So everyone who downloaded the game will be part of the closed beta.
Yeah, I do want to just quickly check the Steam reviews. Because I just want to see what the general consensus on Steam was. Crucible, it's already in beta, already on Steam. Ooh, Bulletstorm for 21 Rand. I'm buying that. Yeah, mixed, with most of them being fairly negative. Yep, negative. Okay. Well, yeah, that's a pity. But,
shame.
Good luck to them. Hopefully
it's beta.
Hopefully they can pull one out of their...
Crucibles.
Sure, we'll go with that.
I don't know.
Speaking about apologizing, geez, can we just, for a moment, acknowledge my segues, because good lord, they have been popping off.
Good work. What do you want? A gold star?
Please gonna get a star one. You ate them already, cool.
I did.
Speaking about apologizing, Nintendo got out there and was like, hey, we goofed. Soz, guys. That whole Joy-Con drift thing.
It's our fault.
It's our fault. Wasn't great.
Sorry.
We messed that one up pretty.
But that's nice
bad.
though. Good guy, Nintendo.
Yeah.
For apologizing for something that people struggle with.
Well, I mean, they are currently going through a lawsuit because of it. So.
Yeah. Well, they had. Okay, so were they forced?
They weren't necessarily forced, but I think. They've never actually officially come out and said something about Joy-Con drift other than we know that it like happens to certain controllers.
Yeah.
So this apology feels like, I don't know, just the admittance that they kind of messed the whole thing up. You know, if anyone doesn't know, like Joy-Con drift is when like your controller just starts moving to the left without you or left or right without actually touching any of the analog sticks.
Yeah.
And it's really, really super duper frustrating. And it's happened to far more people.
But they kind of acknowledged that when they brought out the Switch Lite, because the Switch Lite does not struggle with drift, because they made changes to the stick design. So it's obviously something they knew about and basically said that it does exist when they changed the whole design.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a problem since the Switch first launched 3 years ago. Because people they've confirmed that if you can prove that your Joy-Cons have drift, they will fix it for free, and you can send it into Nintendo, they get it all fixed up, which is neat.
So it's actually just nice that they officially apologized.
Yeah, it's nice that they got out there and said, look, this one was on us. Regarding the Joy-Con, we apologize for any trouble caused to our customers.
Oh,
bless them.
They care about your well-being and mental health.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't? Is Rocket awake now?
Rocket! Come. Come say hello.
Come be on the stream.
The camera's not awake anymore.
Is the camera not awake anymore?
Is the camera died?
No, Rocket, but look, you're so cute.
Can we get the camera on for a moment to see Rocket?
Let's get Rocket on the stream for a second. Rocket?
He's not really awake though.
No, he's still fast asleep. No, he's still not fast asleep, but he's still very sleepy. Hey, you are a sleepy boy. Now, is that not going to happen? Should we just keep on talking and just have Rocket sort of in the shot, so if the camera does come back on, everyone will be able to say, hey, look, that's a cute toy palm we got there.
He wants to sleep.
Oh, look at you. You want to sleep? Oh, what a big yawn. What a huge yawn. Oh. Okay. So, let's do this. Let's talk about Warzone first, because I feel like the DrDisrespect news is pretty big. And I feel like Warzone is just a much easier little story to get out the way. Warzone lets you have 200 players. Cool, moving on.
But that's not
Okay.
out yet, right?
The update launched
Oh, is it last
last
night?
night, I believe it was, yes.
Okay.
200 players in Warzone. Cool.
Exciting.
Yay.
Yay.
That really
you
sort
can
of...
try and kill
More people.
more people.
More people can be killed in the Warzone.
Yeah.
I don't really have much
Also,
else to say. Yes.
at the same time,
Okay.
more chance of getting killed.
More chances of being killed.
Yes.
It's a real tit for tat.
Yeah.
It's a real
Exactly.
It's a real catch-22, eh?
But I don't think there's much more to talk about.
No, it's not. I just
But-
felt like
but
I needed
if-
to bring it up.
I know that people are very annoyed by the download sizes of this game.
Yeah.
It's just taking up so much space on consoles and PCs.
Mm-hmm.
And the few communities that I am following on social media,
Yeah, they'll get cross.
people are angry. And
Well, I
it's,
mean,
it's
like-
almost like every week, and every week it's bigger, and it's just
Yeah, well, I
it
mean,
doesn't
like,
stop.
there's been updates of like plus 50 gigs.
Yeah,
That's like a full game you can download there. Like, what? That's stupid. Where's
Exactly.
Where's that data going?
and it's just the battle royale mode that
Yeah, it's just
people
the
are
bloody,
playing.
yeah, it's just the bloody battle royale. So like,
Yeah.
that's frustrating. But yes, I just wanted to say, yay, 200 people for all of you folks that play Warzone. If you want to play a good game, try Apex.
Yeah.
No, that's not fair. Warzone is good. Warzone is good. I just.
It is actually. It's not bad.
not
It's better than Black Ops 4.
Yeah, well, I didn't play Black Ops 4. I never played.
It is better than Black
Is it?
Ops 4. Yeah.
Okay.
That was Call of Duty's first battle royale sort of game.
Yeah.
And it was very like meh. It wasn't, the mechanics weren't like streamlined and thought about in detail. But now they've got it
Yeah.
right. I think with Warzone.
Yeah, I get you. Okay, the last story. It's actually been quite a slow week, hasn't it, for games? We didn't mention. No, we didn't. We didn't write about this week. Yeah, DrDisrespect, the trauma on Twitch.
The 80s
He's got his mullets.
dude with the
Yeah.
fake snore.
Sorry. Just run that one again. The what?
The fake moustache.
No, I needed you to say the Afrikaans word again.
The fake snore.
Is that the proper Afrikaans word for
Yes.
mustache? A snore.
A snore.
I love it. Yeah, that guy. He's got quite a huge following. He plays a lot of shooter games. He's built up a character around
Yeah,
himself.
it's definitely a character. I think it's 100% a character.
Yeah, well, he's the character of DrDisrespect. His real name is Guy, I think.
But I think that's the thing you need to do when you want to stream well, is have a on-screen character, and he did that very well.
He did that before a lot of other people did.
Not that everyone liked it. Like, I do not like or ever did like
Yeah.
DrDisrespect. But it worked for him, and he got views and streams and sponsors
No,
and
and
everything.
he's been very popular. But
Yeah.
despite all of that, Twitch was like, bye.
Randomly.
Randomly out of.
Well, yeah.
There's speculation as to why, but like
There's so many conspiracy theories, dude. Oh,
all we
so
know
much
is
fun.
all we know is last week DrDisrespect's channel disappeared off Twitch a day after Twitch said that it was it would start permanently banning streamers for sexual harassment and assault. They didn't place any reasoning as to why.
Yeah, so no one has
his
said
channel
anything
was-
after.
Yeah.
Both Twitch and DrDisrespect have kind of not said anything.
Well, he got out there and said, Twitch has not notified me on the specific reason behind the decision. Firm handshakes to all for the support during this difficult time.
But still, like, no one has told us what happened.
Yeah, Twitch hasn't. It's been a week now, and Twitch has yet to get out there and be like, this was the reason behind it.
And because of that, see, that's where conspiracies are born. Conspiracies come out when people aren't told the full, like, story or the full truth, and they start making up their own truths. And I saw that people are going way out. His last stream, apparently, like, 10 minutes in or something, I can't remember the exact amount, he gets a message apparently, and then you can see he's visibly shaken after reading it, and at the end of the stream, like, this is just all written down by conspiracy theorists on the internet, so I'm not saying it's all true, but like at the end of the stream, his wife comes in supposedly and calls him out of the room because someone's at the door. But like,
I doubt Twitch would send someone to knock on your front door to tell you that you've been
would be
kicked
strange.
off. That would be weird.
So I'm not believing any of it.
Yeah.
At this stage. But yeah, maybe that's something like terrible, or maybe it was something not so terrible, and Twitch is overreacting.
Yeah, but I mean, we have no evidence of
anything.
Like, we have no idea. But it is, yeah.
But Twitch banned someone else as well.
Twitch has banned a lot of people in the past week. They've started, ever since developers and streamers and like esports players have started being like outed as like sexual harassers and predators and whatnot. Like,
Twitch has been on that.
Twitch has been banning people left, right, and center, which is like, sure, go ahead. Like, if there's the evidence and you don't want to associate, you have every right. It's your platform. But I feel like a little bit of reasoning behind why. So the only reason they've given so far is that DrDisrespect, I really, like, I hate calling him like that's who he actually is, but whatever, did something to violate the company's rules.
So, but he did that thing last year at E3.
He did do that last year at E3.
So maybe, do you think it's about that thing? Because after so last year at E3, which Twitch sponsored, he was streaming there in person, and he went into like a public bathroom, and he was filming live streaming in the bathroom, which is...
And there was a child.
There was a child. Like, nothing was obvious or seen, but it's highly illegal, I think.
Yeah, it is illegal to film someone in a bathroom.
So you're not allowed to do that. And he was kicked off Twitch for just like a day or a week or something, I can't remember. And people were pretty outraged that he could keep on streaming on Twitch even after he broke the law. So you'd expect them to kind of just deal with it correctly from the beginning. So it would be like odd if they kicked him off now for that incident after they didn't do it then. It would be odd, but
it's a year later, so I don't know how that could be the case. But that's like the only reasoning anyone has to go on at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
We'll see what happens. Like.
Oh no, Rocket wants to escape. Do you also want to leave Twitch?
Rocket is leaving Twitch.
You're also leaving Twitch? Oh, okay. Off you go. Oh dear. Did you fall? You stupid dog.
He's okay.
Yeah, he's fine. But that's really all there was in terms of news this past week.
Yeah.
I mean, Crash Bandicoot 4 got announced.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool. That's literally all we have to say on that. Crash Bandicoot 4. Cool. Let's play that. I'll play that. I like Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's really all the news. So I think we're about ready to wrap this up. Go home, make some supper.
I think we should do that.
Well, I mean, I have to go home. You can just stay here.
I can.
You can. If anyone wants to write in, ask us a question or two, please feel free to contact us at what? Don't laugh. I'm giving vital information here.
It is vital.
Thank you. If anyone has a question they want to ask that we can answer, please contact us or me specifically at brad@stuffplay, or is it at stuff.co.za? That's what it is. brad@stuff.co.za. Please send me your questions there, and we'll be able to talk about them.
Since when are we taking questions?
Since right now, I've decided. As of 4:09, the 2nd of July, that is a call I made.
Okay.
So
apparently we're taking questions.
Just because it'll be fun. What are you talking about? It'll be fun.
Yeah, but they can just send us a message on like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Do you like emails? Are you an email man?
I like getting emails. It's
okay.
Cool.
Wait a few years. Like in 5 years, you're gonna be like, an email.
No. I wake up to like 20 already. I don't need any more. But also, I want fun emails. So, yeah, that's gonna be it for us. We are streaming tomorrow. I don't know what we're streaming tomorrow.
Informal Friday.
It's Informal Friday, so it's just gonna be.
And it's Brad's choice, and he hasn't told me what we're playing yet. So
it
I'm
might be
scared.
Heave Ho.
You've heard, but you need to buy it.
I do need to buy it. It's like 100 rand, I think. Which I need to buy that. We might play that because I think that'll be good. I think that'll be fun to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, we will catch you next Thursday.
Yeah.
For the StuffCast 3.0.
We need to bring more comfortable chairs in here.
My ass is so sore. It is like someone has just been punching me.
Like we have the beanbag, but we only have one.
Yeah, but it's also too. I mean, I suppose we could put the beanbag in, but that's a conversation
for later,
off air. But yes, other than that,
check out our Twitch, please. Follow us on Twitch.
Do punt all the channels
and the YouTube,
Facebook,
and the Facebook,
YouTube, all of that good stuff.
That's where the live videos are, and then there's Instagram where we try to take pictures and post pictures, and there's Twitter where we try to be witty and funny.
Yeah.
And yeah, go check all of those out. StuffPlays_ZA.
Yep, that's us.
Yeah, I think that's all we need to tell you. If you have any questions, please email Brad. That he just put his email on the internet.
Yeah, you're damn right I did.
Yep.
I'm not scared. And without exacerbating the point, let us sign off with a tough times never last.
Only tough people last.
Only tough people last. Good night.